Hello, Exiles. So, for today's video, I wanted to write down my thoughts and journal myself trying to solve problems and see if I can come to some conclusions about how to currently improve my build, because as you can see here, the numbers are pretty bad. I had a late league start, which is fine. I leveled through the campaign mostly as... No, not mostly. For a little while as mostly fizz damage and just using the poison effect, but eventually I did kind of just decided to dedicate myself to elemental. And the campaign was actually fairly smooth. Some of the tornado bismuth nodes could be annoying at times. They have since patched it so that they don't spawn on top of you over and over again. I think the vast majority of my deaths was that happening at just very inopportune times until I finally remembered to just not click them until I was done with the area and could just run out. Sometimes I didn't do that, so that was my fault. So I didn't die nearly as much as my SSF run, where I was focusing on fizz and chaos and poison damage. And the bossing damage felt better with the patch, I think. Yeah, it went a lot smoother. But right now, my damage cap is much lower. I have been trying to farm currency. I have about 50 chaos. And unfortunately, I haven't dropped a single natural divine yet, unlike my my solo self-found run. I think I found one or two during that run. It was kind of nutty. It might have been the second one might have been an exalt or something, or maybe it was two divines and one exalt. I've got one exalt this league from the boat, so I've been running the boats out. But anywho, that wasn't really the point of talking about this. It's not been the smoothest league start for me. So I'm going to go to notes. And we're going to start documenting things. Cobra lash. Now, I want to thoroughly think through the methods of scaling damage in this game. So, how to scale damage. There are, I think I'll think about this as like 3 buckets in PoE. There's flat damage. This isn't going to be the best format, but I didn't want to use a, I don't think I can use OneNote right now. That'd probably be the ideal way, because then I could make I forget what kind of graph, what the graph is called. Or it'd be more like a flowchart. I think that's what I'm thinking of. So we have flat damage, we have increased damage, and we have more damage. I should probably space these out more. Oh, that's wrong. Alright, so sources of flat damage. Every skill in the game needs all of these. A long time error of mine was I listened to certain creators who said increased damage was bad and that you wanted more damage. And so I just wouldn't bother with increased damage because everyone kept saying, oh, it falls off like a rock. But then I started looking at people's POBs and I would see that people were stacking increased damage up to like 1300. Like 1300, and people kept saying like, oh, increased damage falls off after the first 100 because it's not as efficient, which is true. Increased damage doesn't scale as well after for every, like, the more you get of it, it's additive. So your first 100 is super great, but then your next 100, when you're at 200%, is only, what, 50% as effective or whatever, because math, junk like that. But what I discovered, oh, whoa, I did not know that spelt there. That is not good. I'll have to clean that up. Oops. Anywho. Alright, so for Cobra Lash, we're going elemental. So where can we get flat damage? We can get flat damage from Abyss Jewels. And we can put those in tree. Ooh, this is gonna get messy. Oh, this is not the right format. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Abyss Jewels placed in a tree. Place in belt. I'm just gonna add belt. So we can give up slots on our passive tree. I'll make that more clear. Stygian belt, but that's only one. And gear sockets, possibly. So I figured with that, there's a unique glove that lets you socket like 2 or 3 or something. We'll bump that one over there. Here we go. Okay, those will be better. Alright, so we have Abyss Jewels. What's something else? We have our weapon. Get T1 mods. I should add a note here, elemental. Get T1 mods on claw. Let's see here, what else? We could go ring prefixes. That would be helpful. Amulet prefix. That's another area. It's possible to do it on gloves. That's also a prefix. Let's see here. How else? Here's another one. Stat stacking. If you're going that route. I don't think I'm going to go Hand of Wisdom in action, but that's a possibility for certain builds. Let's see here. If going Hawa. Is there another one you could do it on? I guess, I think there are some rare gear mods still that contribute. You can't do it on the strength staffing. We need a claw or a dagger. I don't think there's a dagger that stacks, gives flat damage for attribute. Yeah. Okay. I think this is a good amount of stuff. I'm trying to think of another way to get flat damage on junk. Right now we have enchants. That's not much though. And we might need some. There's probably better choices later down the road instead of doing flat damage. But right now I am using that. Oh man, the older I get, the worse I've gotten at typing. Even though I've typed more and more. Well, that's enough thinking about that, I suppose. Now we're going to come to increased damage. Alright, the obvious one here is follow through. These are selling for like 100 chaos in the league right now, which is crazy. In the past, they've only been like 30C, but that was a while ago. And they might get cheaper later in the league as there's more and more of them. I'm surprised to see how expensive that is, though, but it makes some sense. It takes about you have about 1 in 40 chance of crafting these. That's not what we're really here for. That's just information. Okay. We have the tree. So we could say elemental cluster. Oops. We could say, well, there's a lot of things you can do. Attack, clusters. Oh, what was I thinking? Generic passive tree. That's obvious. We tend to start speccing out of increases on the passive tree, though, unless they get us something special. Let's see here. That's the main one, because I know if you run like 4 follow-throughs, you can get really close to 1,000 increased damage. So we get a huge amount out of these. Not everybody runs 4. I think at a minimum you need to run 2, at least in my experience. And if you happen to roll them or find them, they can be pretty easy. Let's see here. I don't know what to categorize crit chance underneath. Is that technically? I guess that's technically playing your multiplier, so crit chance should be under the more damage category, I think. I might be wrong about thinking about this. Alright, so I'll move on to the more damage. So with the way Cobra Lash works, we have chains. I'll make that plus chains. We can get these from Replica, Voidwalker. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Okay, how about I just do all these out here. Yoink. There's going to be a lot here. Alright, technically, attack speed is a more multiplier. Weapon, tree, quality. Quality on gems, which means Ashes of the Stars. That's what I use on my standard build. We have Enhance. It's another source of more damage. We have auras. Those aren't difficult to get though. What if I hit enter? That's going to drag that down. Okay. Okay. Alright, so if chains, replica void walker has a +1 chain. Unfortunately, no corruptions on for +1 chain, which is really annoying. I wish they did. There's really not that many sources of +1 chain. Let me look up the wiki real quick. Oh, we have a... I forgot, I don't think it's ever efficient to, put... I bought an Awakened Chain, because some people do use it, but it only gives 3 chains. It does reduce the, less damage with hits modifier from regular chain. Let's see here. See, Arc gets 15% more damage. Do they even have... Yeah, the chain page doesn't even have a Cobra lash. It does have it listed here. What are we getting? 8% more damage. So Awakened Chain is only netting us 24% more damage, and there's usually just better gems that you can slot to get like 30 or 40% more damage is much easier to find on builds. I forgot to add over here. Flat damage comes from support gems too. Alright, so we have Awakened Chain. That's not super efficient though, but I at least we're here to think about things. So we'll keep talking about it. Alright, so auras, we have attack speed. The more we make projectiles, the more damage we deal. Quality and gems, Ashes of the Stars Enhanced. There's that weird helmet too, but I don't think that works because it's only a 4-link. I think that's better for spells. I said auras. What else is a more multiplier? Some keystones are helpful for this. I don't remember what it's called. I've already allocated it, so it's not a big deal. This one's a big damage multiplier, point blank. That's it. Notes. Actually, there's another one up. Where is it? This one, Precise Technique. 40% more attack damage if accuracy is higher than max life. Never crit. That's not going to help us here, unfortunately. There might be a circumstance you can make this work. Oh, that's the obvious one I'm missing, is crit multi. Oof. Gotta do this again. Crit multiplier. I do not have much crit multiplier right now, as you can see. I'm only at 223. So, I haven't invested much in crit on my tree yet. Crit multiplier, in some sense, crit chance is a more multiplier, which the more you're critting, the more it falls off until you, yeah, in some sense. So fully capping crit isn't always beneficial. I guess I think the damage arc on adding more crit chance is like a inversed. Oh, dude, what do they call those things? It's not parabola. Why can't I think of it? Exponential. It's like a inverted curve exponential. Here, I'll make the shape with my mouse. Ooh, like that. I think this is the way it looks. Not a straight line. It curves something like that. Super scientific here. Okay, let's keep thinking. Are there any other... Oh, duh. Alright. Penetration. Exposure. Reducing. Enemy resists. That's a more modifier. Alright, so my current build. Actually, oh, you know what? No wonder my damage looks lower than what it is. I almost always do have energy shield. I'll check that. I have frenzy charges. I do not have onslaught yet. I do not have, am I leeching energy shield? Yes. I do not have a source of blind yet. Are they shocked? Yes, and we'll put, I think 8. I think 8 is on the low end average. Sometimes I get up in the around 15% shocks, but most of the time I'm between like 5 and 8 on the nasty targets. I don't have Intimidate yet. Crush wouldn't do anything. Unnerved, covered in ash, covered in frost. Nope. Brand skills. Yes. I don't know that I'm getting exposure on... Like, I'll be getting exposure on one of these. It'll probably alternate. On average, it'll probably be more often for fire, since lightning has such a giant damage range. I don't think I have much lightning damage right now either. But I haven't picked any... I only have generic elemental damage increases. I haven't done any element-specific damage increases. Okay, I don't need this. That's in an alternate as well. Alright, so right now I have a 5-link. I spent 5 chaos and picked up one of the new, the super good bases, and this has been a phenomenal item. I'm almost... I took lucky on my spell suppression, so I'm basically capped right now. I was sitting at like 70 something now, but now that I'm at 95, it should be an effective maximum thing. And now, yeah, I can get my evasion way up there now. It's super nice, because I'm also taking the node that gives 100% increased evasion rating from equipped body armor, so I'm getting a huge amount of flat from that. Okay, so this tree is not optimal. Alright, this whole wing down here is absolutely awful, and I only did it because I wanted corrupted blood immunity. My priority, I think, right now should just be to get that stupid jewel corrupt, so I can spec out of that. It might have been more efficient for me to go up here, but all of this is kind of expensive, and I think I just had a preference for getting some ailment avoidance chance on the tree here, which I've found helpful. Yeah, I have lucky. Okay, what if I check this off? Is it less than that? Oh, never mind. I'm at 95% chance with that on. I thought it was doing better than that. Oh well. I could pick up some more here. it'd be better to go this way, but okay. So at some point I'll pick up this jewel node because that's easy. I took this elemental mastery to invert enemies' resists. That feels really good. And in order to equip that chest, I had to take this attribute wheel. It was super frustrating because it feels like a waste of 4 points. But it is making me cap all my other attributes pretty easy right now for the cost of 4 points. So not a huge deal. I was able to drop this prowess node. I'm still trapped with these craft, I think, though. I just have garbage gear right now. Something else I also gave up is coming up here on the reservation efficiency wheel. I just don't need it right now. I have 3 auras. I guess we'll go take a look at that. So I'm getting frenzy charges from Ice Bite and Blood Rage. Really easy to keep them capped all the time. We're getting a huge amount of flat damage from that. That's something I need to add. Flat damage. Ice Bite. Oops. Technically, I guess frenzy charges are on that over here too. Because I think they still give more attack speed. Can you even look that up in here? There should be something here that gives us a 4% per frenzy charge, 20 source base. So is it increased? I thought they did. Maybe I'm thinking of the frenzy jewel. We're getting 20% just from Cobra Lash itself. Okay. So I'm hitting 5 times a second. It's pretty good. I'd like to get up to like 8. Would be ideal. Really hard to hit that now though without the totem. Our crit chance is pretty good. Need to get it higher. And it's much easier to scale now with the upgrade to the base crit. Oh, something else to note is we lost attack and cast speed on flasks. That was an unannounced change that they did not put in the patch notes. That was super annoying. Fortunately, I didn't spam a bunch of things. I just found another mod that worked for me. But there are no more cast speed and attack speed mods on flasks anymore. Huge bummer. Just free you up to like make some more choices on your some more defensive stuff. Also, I think they moved a lot of that to tinctures. Tinctures do kind of work on this build since we are using a melee weapon, even though we're ranged. I checked it. At least it appears to, according to the in-game effects on the character page. It looks like I benefit from them. My poison chance goes up, and my and whatever other stat related show up as working. And it feels like I attack faster. I had one with like 15% increased attack speed. And since we're leeching, it works for a while before the mana burn overwhelms. But I guess it just feels like a pseudo focus button, basically. Yeah, that's what the tinctures feel like to me. So I've gone on and off using like a poison one because something this elemental build will need is since I am leveling a vile toxins thing, that makes it so you get more damage with your hits once you have up to 8 for each poison you have on a target, and it's a huge amount of damage. It gets up to like 60% more damage, which is crazy. But the problem is since we're going elemental, we only have Cobra Lash's innate poison chance, which is only 40%. So if we're only attacking 5 times a second, even if we're attacking 8 times a second, we have less than. The odds are is we're only have 2 poisons on them. No, 4 poisons. 3 or 4 at 40%, I think. This is just rough math. If we're attacking 5 times a second, poison runs out in 2 seconds. So that means we can hit 10 times, 40% chance. We'd probably only have 4. So we either need to attack faster or get our poison chance up higher so that we can get 8 poisons on the target. Yeah. So I guess for Cobra Lash, if you're using file toxins, the poison chances of your chance to poison is a more multiplier in a sense. When you cap that to 100% and you attack at least 4 times a second, probably be better to be in the 4.5 or 5 attacks per second range, just for it to the damage ramp to feel better. You don't want your 8th poison to constantly be falling off instantaneously. Should I add that to the notes? We'll add it to the notes. If using file toxins, this is an on-hit build. Okay. We're not using it yet though. We need a 6 link. Pretty bad. This culling strike effect is technically more damage. I'm running Enduring Cry now to get endurance charges. That's kind of helpful. I feel pretty tanky. I do die randomly, but you can see that's obviously when I'm getting hit by a nasty fizz hit or a nasty chaos hit, like from Tora. Like I died today to Tora because I think she crit. And I got obliterated instantly. My defensive pool is pretty good. I can usually react. I'm not having a lot of deaths to just instantaneous stuff. And with this health pool, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm a little bit over 4k in the effective hit pool. Between life on hit, life leech, and energy shield leech. That's all feeling pretty good. My leech per second kind of sucks though. I need to get this up to like over 1,000. Ghost Shroud's feeling pretty good. Our block chance is excellent. I'm really digging the shield I have. Most of this is day 1 junk gear for most people, but it's pretty. I think it's a T3 increased block chance thing, so much easier to get higher block chance on a blocking weapons. So it feels pretty good for evasion builds. Our resists are barely capped. Our chaos res is not good. We are in danger all the time. And elemental weakness doesn't feel good. I do have a flask to reduce curse effect though, but it's not up all the time. Let's see here. I need to roll better flasks. I mostly hit the suffixes I wanted. I really need to get some on crit prefixes and get better crit chance and crit multi. But oh, I need a way better belt. This belt is garbage. I cannot find a better one. I'm probably just gonna have to buy one. So I'll probably go for a triple elemental with strength roll on it, more than likely. I think that would feel pretty good. Help solve the strength problem, and then I can focus on keeping my dex in high enough. I don't even have a guard skill right now. That's something I've been meaning to squeeze in there, and I did at one point, but I'm just low on chromes most of the time. I think I have like 70 right now, and the base is I could probably roll triple red. Or was I looking for a quadruple? No, because do I want blood range, increased duration? There's something in here. That's on its own thing. Yeah, I could either go for a 4 red, but I'll probably just do a triple red, do cast 1 damage taken, immortal call, and enduring cry. Could I get all those tied up at the same time? I would actually probably, maybe I want a different setup where enduring cry procs first, and then have immortal call proc, so it consumes. I didn't think about that. I guess I am gonna want a 4 red. If I do, oh no, no, they can't be hooked up to the same thing. I guess I could de-link them and then give up the more duration jewel. Do I have sockets? Squeeze. I have 1 on my weapon. Gloves are full. Those are full. I only have flame dash in there though for that one map I did. Pillars of Arun, and I'm not going to go back there. It's already done. So I could drop that. So technically, I could drop flame dash and try to precision blood rage. Can both move around. They don't need to be linked to anything. So I could get one of them over here. That would free up this for a twofer. Also, I have a slot in my helm still that's open, which technically should be for Enlighten, if I can get one of those. Let's do some price checking. PoE trade. Go to the trade website, pathofexile.com. Alright, first I want to look up how much a replica Void Walker is, because I just want to know. 4 chaos, these are dirt cheap. Oh, and this is temporary +1 chain. You have phasing if you killed recently. Projectiles chain +1 time while you have phasing. We get move speed. We get dexterity, that's nice. We get some evasion energy shield. Dude, these are dirt cheap. But I think the problem is I can't give up my boot slot because I am capping my cold res with my boots and my fire and lightning, so can't give that up. Replica Void Walkers do not have any kind of resistance on them. Oh, this is the other section I wanted to do that I have not done yet. Alright, problems. Alright, Cobra Lash's main problem is suffix starvation. We need resists, attributes, I guess block chance got moved off the shield to prefixes, which is nice. So that decreases some pressure there, because previous patches increased block chance was a suffix, so it was competing with ailment avoidance. And spell suppression. Because if we could get all of our spell suppression on gear, we could free up our tree more. Since suppression on the tree doesn't really add, like, give you, like, any significant, like, the perks are, like, okay. I mean, lucky spell suppression is fantastic, but that's only if you're not capped already. But we're not getting anything else. We're just getting suppression other than, like, a little extra damage reduction. I'd say that's, like, good. This one, you get flask charges when you suppress and some increased life recovery. Like, it's not terrible, but we're not getting, like, we are getting a ton out of this. Don't get me wrong. Spell suppression is good. Is fantastic. I can't give this up yet. This feels really good. Eventually, once things are feeling better for life flask generation, I'll probably pick up careful conservationist with this instead. I don't know. What else could we take here? Remove random elemental ailments. Non-elemental ailment. When you use a mana flask, we don't want a mana flask. 25% chance to gain a flask charge when you deal a critical strike. I want that. Oh my word. I think this is only to one flask at a time. It doesn't give each flask one. So I don't know how good that actually is. It might still be better to just have life flask gain one charge every 3 seconds. We also get that on a divine, one of the deity powers. I forget what they call them. Anywho, let's add this back in. Okay. I'd like to pick up thick skin. I like this wheel. It gives us 20% ailment avoidance for taking the whole thing. That makes it easier to cap, and we get a bigger life pool. I'm fine with that. I like that. We get 20% reservation efficiency there for 4 points too. I really want, like, if I could get immunity to corrupted blood. I don't like it on flask. It's just annoying. I just want corrupted blood to not matter, so that's another thing we're going to look up here. What is the cheapest? Alright, clear first. We're going to look for corrupted blood. I'm going to try spelling corrupted blood right. Not during effect. Corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. That's an implicit? I thought it was a corruption. Huh. I guess it just counts as a implicit, even though it is a corruption. Alright, so we're going to search. What is the cheapest? Ooh, only 4C. Dude. Oh my word. This guy's AFK. That's a bummer. Oh my word. Okay, so I can get a dirt cheap one for this. That's excellent. Now, the flip side is can we get something that kind of benefits us? So I guess I would. This one's pretty good for 5C. I should probably log in now. Ooh. Interrupt the video. We're gonna go try to make a trade. So we can get some increased cold damage. That would be great for Herald of Ice, since I'm trying to use Herald of Ice instead of extra projectiles to assist with clearing mobs, so I don't have to give up a socket for +2 projectiles. Let's see if I can get this dude to trade me. Crit multi, that's for the wrong thing. Attack speed would be awesome. Reduce effective shock on you, that would be nice. Area damage, that would assist with what's it? Herald of Ice AoE. I think I'd rather just get resists though. So we could get increased cold damage and fire and lightning resist. That would feel good. So I'm going to message this gentleman. And I'm gonna pray he invites me. He might have sold it already, though. Not online. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Okay, I need to refresh this then. Alright, so I'm going to look for resists attributes or attack speed. Any of those are probably going to be expensive. This one has 2 mods that we care about. Increase area damage, reduce effective shock on you. Preferably we're just going for ailment immunity though, so reduce effective shock, we'd rather have like avoidance. Reduce effective chill on you is an excellent corruption in there, but every single mod on there is not helpful. Other than we get a little block chance and damage recoup, but we're gray, so damage recoup isn't fantastic for us. Not the worst, but reduce effective chill would be excellent. Here's some increased fire damage and reduce effective chill on you in the explicits. I kind of like it in the implicit. Double corruption is nice. We can afford to spend here a bit. Mr. What's his name is still not. He's still listed as being online. That's annoying. Let's see here. I don't think melee damage counts here. The cold damage would. That's 1 mod. We don't care about that. Cold damage again. Chance to avoid bleeding. Oh, this is a, okay. Flat damage for 2-handers. That's not helpful. Starting to get in a more expensive range. You cannot be hindered. That might be nice. Attack speed with staves. Bummer. If that was claws, it'd be awesome. Here's some attack speed that has burning damage. It's not helpful. Dual wielding. Dex and intelligence. That could be helpful. That's only 1 good mod though. There's no good mods. I might need to filter this stuff out. Unfortunately, claw stuff is just going to be popular right now. Oh man, if only that hit attack speed as well instead of cast speed. Man, most of these are junk. Alright, so I'm going to correct my filter. I only want to see rares. Oh, can we add the ore here? And not if we did some. Eh. Let's just say we look for a attack speed, and we'll say like, we'll say 4 minimum. Alright, this is better. Now we're down from 10,000 results to 292. Two energy shield on hit with attacks, 5% increase attack speed. Dude, that one's good for wands. Oh my word. 11% increase attack speed. Yeah, that guy knows it. boy, they're getting more expensive. Not necessarily getting much better, though. Here's some resists, attack speed. Increased attack damage, totems gain. Ugh. Alright, some people are overpricing these. Pretty bad. Reduce effective chill on you. I guess we're trying to get elemental ailment avoidance, so I don't really need to go for the reduced effect. I'm not going to spend 33. This is too expensive now. Let's check out attributes then. Oh man, these are all like divines. Yeah, at least they know what they got. Okay, so attributes not going too well. I guess I could get away with strength dex or strength int or dex int, since we are struggling on every front now with the higher attribute requirement of many of these bases. Oh, I think it just messaged the same dude again. Oh well. That one probably sold. Anyways. Alright, this one's 10. We get 1 resist and a little tiny bit of attack speed. Maybe we should just go for that one. It cannot be hindered. Increase shock duration, chance to shock. I wish that cold damage guy would respond, but it's probably sold. 1 resist. There's increased fire damage. I don't really care about that. Alright, this video just got really boring, so I apologize. I think I'm just going to shop now, because I do know what I need to do. I need to drop this and get all these points back. Or at least all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to lose strength and dex as a result, though. It would be good to drop this, but that's going to be a tough one to drop here. We're getting 20 and 20 strength out of that. But I don't think it's going to cripple me. Losing this finesse node is going to hurt. I guess I'm losing 30 dex. And then if I spec'd out of that... Ooh, dude. That's a lot of dexterity. Oh, that's going to hurt. It's going to be really hard to stay above... Well, I can afford to lose 60. So let's count this up. 10. Well, okay. So if I unspec this all the way back up to here, how much dex am I losing? Oh, it's hard to pick out. Where's dex on here if you unspec every node? Why don't they alphabetize it? 65. Ouch. Ouch. One way to solve your stats here is to get some cluster jewel with decent with an okay attribute stack on it. That's one of the best ways to make up for these minor misses. Oof. I mean, I can't solve that by just grabbing like a random travel node here, but it's doable. So what happens if I unspec all this? Will we be short? Nope. We can still use everything. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world. And then that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We get 12 points back. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my word. We could go up here and get +1 curse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And get some poison chance. Chance to poison. Bump that up to 60%. Not that we need it right now. But it would give us more damage as well, since we are polymath, so we'll get 3% more damage. Oh man. Yeah, I really need to get this a corrupting blood jewel here. This guy wants 15 chaos for 12 cold resist. That'd be the only thing benefiting me besides reduced effective shock and corrupted blood immunity. I'm pretty disappointed. Oh, you know what? Here's a pretty good one. Area damage, fire and lightning resist. 15C. Let's see if I can get his attention. Oh, he did. Alright, we're gonna go with him. We can scale our Herald device, get some resists, and we'll be okay. Oh, alright folks, problem solved. We did something. We solved an enormous build inefficiency. I did this during the campaign because I really hate getting hit with corrupted blood before you have a flask that works. And it made me realize something. This side of the tree is terrible at picking up corrupted blood immunity at the start, unless you path up here from Trickster. Then he has it really close here. But if you're focused on the deck side of things, you're going to have an awful time. Alright, thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful. Might be useful for some fundamentals of the game at least, but this is more tuned towards the specifics, to the specific build, especially when it comes to the more damage mods, because we're working off of the Cobra Lash Jewel, and Chain is not a more damage modifier for pretty much anything else except for Arc, and you could make it into a thing. I think there's some other things technically. I think only Arc and Cobra Lash actually have it on the Jewel. So I'm going to work on fixing more of these things, and I hope you listeners have a good time.